Hello guys, this is George Phantom. Let's hit the spot. The Minecraft is dying because of its update. Unlike the other most of the games, dying because of lesser update or there's no any new functions or new contents, Minecraft is dying because it updates too many rubbish. You might thought that's a ridiculous statement, but let me explain it to you later on. Now, before the video main part starts, I want to make you guys know I'm not a native speaker, so you might need to forbear my disaster English. But let's talk about a few main updates. So far as my concern. First, it must be the 1.9. 1.9 updates a combat system. It makes the Steve can't fulfill its damage capacity in most of the times. So we know that every 10 tickets, Steve can only take 1 times damage. In the old version, because all players have not the attack speed, the capacity will always be fulfilled. In the new version, depends on the different weapons and speed of attack. Most of the time we can't fulfill this capacity. So this version actually raised difficulty of the normal players, which is survival players, and also affect a lot of the PvP players. Although we know there's a lot of players still stands after the 1.9 version and still can play in a very well PvP, there's a large quantity of players stay before the 1.9 just because the silly combat updates. Personally, I'm a PvP player. I'm also disliked with a 1.9 update, but I think it's still playable. On my channel, you can see a lot of video after the 1.9. And 1.9 is also, I think, although so many years later, but always the central topic when people talk about the Minecraft updates. And the second is, I remember it is 1.12 or 1.13, Minecraft updates the swimming. It allows Steve can move in a faster speed in the water. We are all disliked with walk in the water, right? So I count it as a second main update. And the third is 1.17, which is broader the height limit, that Minecraft being more third dimension. It's essentially changed the player's design thoughts and makes a lot of architectures have more creativity works in the games. Those 3 updates, the main Minecraft updates for me, generally I'm very appreciated. Okay, so they're good at first. I'm going to talk about something not so pleasant now. Except those 3 main updates. Well, I know there's a lot of redstone players and maybe parkour players will talk about the honeybud, the new electricity blocks, and the other functions updates. For them is also important. But undoubtedly, generally the trends of Minecraft as being lower and lower only will rise up a bit when these 3 updates occur. You can see they updated the Warden, the underground world, changed the villages system, changed the mining system, updated new charms, adding new blocks, adding new items. But can you see the trend was being higher because of those updates? No, because for me personally, I think players need those essential updates. You know, they're essential enough to change the way that players see this game and how to play this game. Now, I don't want to mention 1.9 because I really think it is not a very good update. The combat system should change because the 0 CD attack is really silly. But also, stiffly plays in CD generally is bad more than good, so to speak. But that's what the players need. That's what the players wants and desires unconsciously wish the official Twitter would mention about. It is not over and over again the silly votes on the Twitter and not even talk about the vote is actually a manipulation and a so-called Mojo will take the player's advice is just a words. People want more functions in the games is not just want to explore more things, but also higher creativity in this game. All these updates, like the ancient updates, and the stupid, shitty yellow copper block, and those boring, childish, naive creatures that the normal players can't even see once in the normal games, are totally uncomparable to the simplistic updates of the swimming. Because why? We swim every day, but we won't fucking dig out or just get into the dungeon, kill these fucking 300 HP's warden and get nothing every day, and we won't walk 3,000 meters far to find just a stupid pink fish. Not even the architecture was doing that, okay? Architecture used Great Mode. Now I know some bullet points would just flow out and say, well, I would do it. Yeah, but that's you. You have to understand that most of this game's player, including me, and including someone who watched this video with you, we're not going to. We're not even think about it. And we're not even wished about any updates around this field. But what has the Mojang done in so many years? It's just update and update all this thing over and over again. And you know what? The latest version I ever played is 1.19 because I want to record the new seasons of a talking Minecraft video. But I can't even discover any features that already updated in 1.17 because why? I played too slow. So slow. I think that 1.16.5 is already the most diversity version I can accept it. You know what? Mojang have the silliest action, which is they update something that, oh, the player must think is very fun, but actually doesn't have any benefits placed on it. Just like that stupid warden. What is the motivation does the Mojang Thoughts player were willing to fight with the 300 HP's monster and gain nothing, just want to feel a silly so-called honor? Really? Yeah, and I agree that the old version's fighting, you play some block, up as your head, and then you just click your mouse one is very silly. Don't you think when I see the monster, and whatever how good my arm is, but I can only run, is fucking more stupid than that? I have best armor, I use a lot of items, finally I beat off a warden. The so-called honor obtained is still uncomparable with when I'm old version and fight with 100 skeleton or zombie with a single wooden sword. Because it is playable. It is not calculation. It is not silly mathematics that you write a formula to compare your armor and the enemy's armor and then you win because that your HP is actually higher than the enemy. You gain honor because you feel you achieved that something the Steve, normal Steve, can't achieve, but you'll achieve. Now Mojang's updates all these things about the explorations and the new combats. I'll talk about new combat. You know what? The wars have a third generations of combat system in TAS. I remember this before 1.7. I was playing about that and I thought it is very fun. And after so many years, there's no any news about the new combat system. Yes, they just seems like forget it. Yeah, all these twists, not even one single to mention that ever again. The things that they do just to let you explore more things, more colors of block, more colors of creatures, walk further, more deeper, more higher, find with the enemies that are more stronger, more anti-knockback, more fucking high HP and long hands, and live in the more darker spaces. That why it is so darkness, because if it is so bright, then you will certainly realize that all this thing is meaningless, because all this so-called different spaces is actually just the same model of the old version dungeons replaced with the new blocks. Why so many Minecraft players would like models? Why the whole Minecraft community is based on the models? Is that because model can provide a new world, or the model can provide a new blocks, like the modern guns or the Pokemon creatures, blah blah? It's just because of that. Yes, a lot of players want to play this thing, and they thought they want to play this thing, so they add this mods in the games. But essentially their thought is because they want to play new things, more things, broaden the world's horizon, so they add mods. Those people who play the legendary find or legendary monsters are not because they are silly, they want to die over and over again in the games, but just because they want challenge, the challenges they can finally find a way to tackle, to improve themselves, to find things that they think they can through in and being better. If players just want to fight harder and harder monsters, then why so many years you can't see even one model that just plays a stupid warden with 300 HP and anti-knockback, and you can only fight it, beat it with better armor? Minecraft is dying as it continues to update those garbage.